Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light, Tarot, Astrology, Spirituality. Hello, how are you? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you all for your feedback on my readings, kind donations, comments, every other way that you support my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get started today. I only have a couple of issues I want to focus on. One is any sort of plot to overthrow Russian President Putin by the actual Russian people. I think we'll look at that today. I also want to see if I can drill down into the American Department of Justice investigation of the attempted coup by Trump and his supporters. I just want to, no charges have been laid at the higher level, at the president and those surrounding him level, and I want to see what the Democratic Attorney General Merrick Garland is doing, because the calls are just getting louder and louder. I mean, I know that there will be charges. I know that without a doubt, because every time I look at it, the cards tell me. So we'll take another look at it. The tricky part is to get the timing, though I pulled some cards yesterday on it and I got the Chariot card. So my question was, is he waiting for the January 6th committee to finish its investigations before he lays charges? And I got the Chariot. Well, I got 3 yeses, so we'll pull again. We'll pull some cards again. All right, let's get started with some overarching energies. Peace talks are set to begin, I think, in Turkey in the next few days between Ukraine and Russia. Of course, the West is telling us not to really trust what Russia is saying at the moment. They're saying they're going to stop military activity, cease military activity around Kyiv. They've said those things before and they haven't done it. The other news to come out was that an oligarch and Ukrainian MP who were involved in peace talks a few weeks ago were actually suffering, or reportedly suffering, from the effects of being poisoned. So, really, the way things are done in Russia under Vladimir Putin are vastly different to the way things are done in democratic society, with democratic governments. Poisoning opposition leaders, poisoning anybody really who, or just poisoning people who are perceived enemies of the dictator in power is the go. I mean, we've seen this play out in very brutal, murderous type of dictatorships. And unfortunately, that's what Russia is. There's no denying it. No denying it. And I think it'll be a long time before the West does any sort of business with Putin again. He's seized leased planes, $10 billion worth of aeroplanes that had been leased to Russia have just been seized. Assets have been seized. He's previously turning on and off the gas to Europe. I mean, and now people are moving away. Now governments are moving away from any sort of business with Russia. So there'd have to be wholesale change before Russia bounces back from this. All right, let's take some overarching energies, please. Overarching energies, overarching energies. Okay, so we have Worm, Moon and Faith. I like that card. It's a shifting of energies. The Moon is about to, in the next day, I think, or in Australia where I am, is sextiling Uranus. The Moon is moving from Aquarius into Pisces. And this speaks to having faith that solutions will be forthcoming, and they are solutions that have the potential to give us a stronger foundation, whatever those solutions are. I like that card. realization. A lot of threes coming up. Threes are solutions, and sometimes spiritual solutions as well. We always look for the concrete, don't we? The realistic solutions, the solutions we can see in this 3D world. But sometimes the universe plays a different game, and the shift and the solutions can come from the intangible. And I think this is what these cards are pointing to. Queen of the Moon, sovereignty, your own sovereignty. There's nothing more empowering than your own sovereignty. But faith, realization, and sovereignty, particularly when we are speaking about Ukraine's sovereignty, there's foundational work going on here for Ukraine, not just for Ukraine, but for other countries watching on. Freedom, sovereignty. One more. The path that must be taken is a higher one. It's a higher one. At the base of the pack is nourishment, number 7, and will. Nourishment and will. Even though much of Ukraine is being shelled and beautiful cities destroyed, the Ukrainians are, some experts, military experts, are saying that Ukraine is winning. That Russia has not achieved what it thought it would achieve. Peace talks. Let's look at those. I've always felt two things. I've always felt there will be a deal at the end of the day, and I've always thought that there will be peace forces as part of this deal. Now, peacekeeping forces. Now, some are talking about that now. So let's see. So let's look at these current. I don't know that a peace deal is in the immediate days off sort of thing. Let's see. Okay. Will Ukraine achieve mostly, because you never get everything, do you? But will Ukraine achieve mostly what it wants in these peace deals? At least the peace deals are moving ahead there's a shifting, a more solid ground, I feel, in the last few days for Ukraine than there's ever been. But we have the King of Swords, okay? So this is Aquarius energy. It's also Libran energy. Zelensky's Aquarius, Putin's Aquarius. King of Swords, plans and strategies. And we've got strength. I wonder who this is for. So the two signifier cards. So I feel that both come to the table now. Ukraine comes to the table. I'm going to go with that. Ukraine comes to the table in a stronger position. Now we have the Knight of Wands. And this is, movement forward. So there is some movement forward at this time in talks. And I just get, in the past, the faith, the hope, the conviction, the intention, all those overarching cards that I looked at in it previously. There's something shifting. I can say that. There's something shifting in the energy. The Nine of Wands in the sky, I think both sides, Russians and the Ukrainians and the civilians who have been killed, their homes destroyed, the children displaced, the Russian soldiers who don't want to be there, the Russians protesting the war, the invasion, who have been incarcerated, locked up, punished. No one wins. I said that the other day. No one wins, do they? So, something coming to fruition in the immediate future. That's all I need to know. There will be that peace deal. Ukraine's in a stronger position. Doesn't matter what I read, I feel a shift. And we have the Seven of Wands. Stronger position because it defended itself. I still feel that it will in the coming days and weeks still have to do that. But ultimately, as I've always said, it does prevail. The Hermit card, Russia being so isolated. The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is, she comes in, she's fearless. I said at the beginning, I think in February you will see Ukrainian women in uniform and with rifles. So much of our recent history in 2022 has been life-changing. The Five of Coins in the hopes and fears. We know Russia is running short. Sanctions, getting supplies to soldiers. There's also a question of reparation for Ukraine as well. Two of Cups shows me that a deal will be struck. Okay, that's a contract and a commitment. Ukraine's asking third parties to help him secure this deal. It speaks of a deal ultimately being done, but we have the Seven of Swords. Again, I have to put a caveat in there. We cannot trust Putin. And the Nine of Swords, no. What this is showing is, yes, there will be a deal done, but Ukraine wants these assurances for good reason, because they know who Putin is, and that's where I started this reading. We know who he is now. No more he's a strong man, macho man. None of that. No, he is a murderer. And I've said that. I said that years ago. Justice and moderation are at hand. Okay. So, yes, a deal will be done, but there's going to be heavy assurances needed, and rightly so. Rightly so. Okay, let's move on to the DOJ. I know, before we do that, let's see if Zelensky's okay. Is Zelensky okay? Oh gosh, I feel he is okay, but let's just see. So many assassination squads have been sent in and failed. Putin's sent in Chechen assassination squads. Peacekeepers have been poisoned. This is who we're dealing with. Will Zelensky survive this? Will Zelensky's life be protected? Will he live? Survive? Will he survive? The Four of Wands, reunification, family celebrations, and the Hermit card, isolation. So I feel that he and his family are very, very well protected. The Nine of Coins. I also feel that in the future, when he is maybe no longer president of Ukraine, he occupies reasonably high office in some way. His life has been changed as well. The Tower is in the past for him, and one only needs to look at him to see the toll. The King of Cups in the sky. So this is emotional maturity, and he has that in spades. I also see the Americans in some way, and maybe we'll find this out later, because I don't know this for sure. You'll never be able to Google this. But I think the Americans in some way have been protecting him, even if it's through intel. The Page of Cups. So we have here, this can sometimes mean surprise events, but it can also mean a hand. Sorry, I'll just let that go through. I'll just turn it off. I don't know why I always leave my phone on. Okay, let's keep going here. The Ten of Cups, family. Yeah, lots of protection for him. The King of Wands. We know that he is that. Lots of kings in this reading. Lots of kings. Hopes and fears, the King of Pentacles. This is my card for the head of the mob, the head of the oligarchy. Putin. So let's keep going. The Emperor, President, yeah. And Wheel of Fortune. He's okay. These are all yes cards. We also have abuse. So he needs to still be very, very careful. The Seven of Cups. Not let his guard down. Queen of Pentacles. I do feel that he's worried, very much worried for his family. So yeah, continued vigilance, because the Emperor can also be Putin again, trying to assassinate him. One more card. Okay, so yeah, I have to say he's safe. The first two cards, that's a yes. That in some way his luck will hold out. But these are also clarifying that this can also mean the end of this strategy to assassinate him. But Chariot and the Justice card and moderation again here. So the longer we get away from the initial invasion, the longer he is not, he's safe, the better his chances are of staying safe. Okay, but yeah, I just, it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? You draw a positive card around Putin, and then pretty soon after you get a pretty terrible card, and that is Putin. That is Putin. I'm amazed that some in Western democracies support him. That'd be like supporting a murderous dictator somewhere else. I mean, anyway. DOJ, let's take a look at DOJ. Now, the big news here is that a federal judge came out and said it's quite likely Trump committed, the ex-president of the United States committed crimes in his attempt and those around him attempt to overthrow a democratic election in the US. That's a pretty big statement. Where's Merrick Garland? Okay, you've got federal judges saying this. Right. Now, I know that Garland has a huge investigation going. Okay, is he currently investigating Trump with a view to charge him? Waiting for evidence. The Six of Coins. Loans and debts. I've always said he's following the money. What would be really interesting is that the freezing of the oligarchs' assets, and including via the banks, whatever's happening there to police all this, will this actually catch Trump up in it as well? So we've got the Six of Coins, giving and receiving help, loans and debts, and we also have the Four of Wands. These are two yes cards. The Four of Wands is my card for the Democrats. So interesting. His family. He could have a bigger case, which is what was suggested in my last reading on Bragg. He could have a bigger case here, that somehow the DOJ case takes precedence which encompasses Trump's finances. Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins. Again, a lot of pentacles here. A lot of prosecutors, a lot of DAs have launched investigations into Trump and the Trump family in the past, and they've made a name for themselves, and they've not followed through. Cy Vance, why did he retire so quickly, Why didn't he see it through? But Garland's not doing that. Garland's meticulous. In the past, we have the Star again. Hard-fought things are never easy. Queen of Cups, something being revealed. That's in the sky. We have the King of Swords, the investigator, the prosecutor in the immediate future. That's a good card. The Two of Coins, again, he is walking a tightrope. Garland is walking a tightrope. And in the environment around, there are restrictions that we don't know about that he faces. It's very easy for us to be critical. We want a president brought to justice, but it's who may have committed crimes, an ex-president. But it's a high wire act. Still, hopes and fears, we put the pressure on because we want this man behind bars. Queen of Coins. So that's the outcome card. Yes, 2 queens, women involved here. I know his Deputy Attorney General's copped a lot of flack here, but I do see her a lot in these reads as perhaps oversighting. There is foreign influence. This is also saying, again, there's a lot of evidence they've already got. And they don't want anything to go wrong. But there's foreign stuff here. Abuse of power. Okay. So what I just got was that during his presidency, some of those decisions that he made, there's something around finances that were against the law. There's something here that they're not just going for, they're going for fraud. They're going for fraud, but they're going for foreign. There's a lot of foreign connections here, which may be one of the reasons why it's taking so long, cleaning all that foreign influence up. Manafort was stopped, passport taken, Trump's campaign manager, connection to Putin. Yeah, we've got the King of Cups here, which is my card for Biden. You know what I think? Biden has said, I'm hands off, you take as long as you want, don't bow to pressure. There is a surprise here that we're not expecting, that it encompasses a bit more than what we think it will. The Two of Swords, there are heavy decisions to be made around what, when, and how to bring the truth forward in such a polarised environment when so many might be compromised. Wow. Six of Swords, moving out of troubled waters. So, when he does move, and I think it is soon, it does encompass Trump's finances as well. Whether they are campaign donations, his foreign dealings, I feel perhaps even while he was president. Is this correct? Are they looking at his term as president as well, and how he dealt with foreign allies? His foreign allies. Saudi Arabia, Russia, Israel. Are they looking at some of those decisions via his finances? Even the inauguration. Are they looking at all of this? Ooh, Queen of Swords. Six of Wands, victory. Oh, wow. Nine of Wands. Well, this is a huge, huge case. They want to put guardrails up. There has to be guardrails against what happened in the past. Five of Coins in the past. Money. At some point, Trump was bankrupt, and at some point he got bailed out. Death card in the sky. An end to this. And the Queen of Cups, something huge to be revealed. Clarifying that is the Seven of Swords, the lies. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Five of Cups and the Devil card. This is a huge investigation, I feel. And it won't be hurried. It won't be hurried. Are we getting close? One more question. Are we getting close to seeing any sort of indictment? Now, it could be that he starts with an indictment around the fraud related to January 6th and the conspiracy to prevent or contempt to prevent the actual certifying of the conspiracy to prevent the certifying of the election. They could start with those provable things. Let's see. Any charge is going to be brought anytime soon. Yes, no, that's all I want. Queen of Coins, she comes forward again. Three of Wands, both yes cards, and the Empress. Charges. Gosh. The Empress is my card for Russia, but it's also financial abundance and the Knight of Swords, the truth emerging. Yeah, I do feel the World card and the Knight of Wands, and that here he is again. Trump is not just financially, but legally in every way ruined. Absolutely, he will never, ever, ever, ever come back once these charges have been laid and the matters dealt with. I've said that all along. So anything hard, anything historic, life-changing in the history of a country takes time. And what you're seeing now are very good indications that indictments are coming soon for Trump. Certainly that's what these cards are showing. And the investigation somehow deals with his foreign connections. That's what I got for you today. Bye for now.